now on the hot seat after the 2021 draft? Give me one. Here we go.
Well,
today's draft.
Okay, I mean, let's just. I'll start with an obvious one here, like not the most obvious one, but I mean, hey, hello, Andy Dalton, you're on the hot seat. It's officially began. Yeah, the team traded a first-round pick to move up 9 spots to get a quarterback from a national power who, everybody was going crazy about before the draft. Anyways, the fact that he was going to fall out of the top 5. I mean, we almost had riots in the street over that. So, yeah, that would be the one where I'd say, Andy Dalton, you're on notice for sure here, and it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, that's not very imaginative.
I know.
That's like taking Jimmy Garoppolo.
I didn't. I thought I went one down further. I know. I just you're right. It was a little obvious, but it wasn't the most obvious one.
I'll go Leighton Vander Esch, the Cowboys linebacker.
Damn,
Now that they have Micah Parsons, they didn't pick up his option. What a shock. That's why a lot of these teams hold their decision until after the draft, because if you get the replacement, you don't have to pick up the option of the guy that you had. And there was an indication, there was a thought that maybe they were leaning in the direction of picking up the option, but now they have Micah Parsons. That's part of the cruel, harsh reality of football. You find the replacement, the guy that currently has that position, you no longer need.
Yeah, that's who I should have took that first. Yeah, I outthought myself there. Like I tried to do one that was obvious, and that was stupid. But you're right, that was a good one, and he's definitely on notice there. There's no doubt about it. I mean, this player's serious. He's the real deal, Micah Parsons. We heard enough, it was 2 or 3 teams at least this weekend where you heard Micah Parsons was one of the 2 or 3 best defensive players on their board. So that's a really real thing. And then Vander Esch with the neck issues too. That's got to scare the Dallas Cowboys. All right, I think the guy I'll say is Sterling Shepard. There's a veteran that's now on the hot seat. Not that he's maybe. Not that he's going to get cut or something like that, but he is definitely in danger of losing a role within the football team. Yeah, I mean, Darius Slayton's pretty damn good. Kenny Galladay's making $19 million a year, $18 million a year. He's starting. You already got Evan Ingram at tight end. Now you got Kadarius Toney, who's a slot type weapon guy. Sterling Shepard's in the slot. So Kadarius Toney, I think, is going to do big time and fringe on the touches of Sterling Shepard, and he could find his way off the field a lot here in 2021.
Yeah, I'm tempted to sandbag this one more round, but I got to do it. I got to go Kirk Cousins. He's on the hot seat. He is. He plays poorly this year. You think those Vikings fans aren't going to want to see what Kellen Mond can do? They're going to have a challenge in that organization to not let excitement build internally and have it spill over externally, because if Cousins struggles in the past, what are they going to do? Put in Sean Mannion? No. Now you got an alternative. Now you got a guy who can become the most popular guy in town if Cousins struggles, or if the team is not living up to its potential, if it's kind of hovering around 500 in November. Maybe this causes Kirk Cousins to react the way that Aaron Rodgers did last year, and if so, good for the Vikings. But for now, it puts him in a position where he's under pressure.
Yeah, no, I mean, yes, I mean, to a degree, you're right. I mean, again, yeah, it could be one of those things where if he slips and falls here, 2022, it starts a whole conversation. There's no doubt. We talked about Cousins is one of those guys that everybody's always waiting to slip and fall or show, some issues there. So I don't know why that is. People are very eager to jump on him. Don't you feel that way sometimes, or am I that just me?
Because he's just good enough.
Yeah.
He's not. I mean, because the play has to go perfectly, because everything has to fall just right, and when that happens, he can deliver a beautiful football and move the team down the field. But he's not able to take a bad day and turn it into a good day, and Patrick Mahomes and other great quarterbacks can. That's the difference, I think.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. No doubt about it. All right, I think my last one here, I'm going to be a little different here and just go Bills defensive ends. They're veterans on the hot seat. The Buffalo Bills let you know that they're not happy with their D-line, with their first 2 picks of the draft this year. And to go defensive end in Rousseau, and then the second round, another defensive end / defensive tackle in Carlos Boogie Basham, who's got a lot of high-end potential. I mean, really does. It's like the good Mike is like first round good, top 20 good. It's just the bad and sometimes could be 4th round good. And I think that's why he fell into the second round. But, I mean, You know, if you're Jerry Hughes, Mario Addison, those type of guys, hey, even Ed Oliver in the inside, all of them, they've been put on notice that they got to play better. There's no doubt, and that's what jumped out to me.
I was tempted to go James Robinson, but he's not really a veteran. He's just got 1 year, but clearly Travis Etienne is going to supplant the undrafted guy from last season. I'll go Raheem Mostert now that the 49ers have Trey Sermon. I mean, you look at their running back depth chart right now, they've kind of quietly weeded guys out, and Mostert is the guy. I think Sermon's got a chance to become the guy if he plays like he did at Ohio State. And he was taken for a reason by the 49ers, and you know how it goes in that offense, in that running game. And he gets hot, and Mostert's going to be on the sidelines, and that's just kind of the way it is.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.